is there any question or an ayah that you think we need to speak about? I was thinking that preparing to speak about Surah 18 and the Tafseer. So if you'd like, we'll start with the Tafseer and then we'll go to the questions. Inshallah. Because yesterday we did not do much Tafseer. So Surah 15, it's 8 ayat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is some scholars said it is Madaniya and some scholars said it's Mekki. You know the difference between Mecca and Madani is any surah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed in Mecca before the Hijrah, they call it Mecki. It's because it's revealed in Mecca. Most of these surahs that is Mecki is talking about Aqidah, about our belief, about Jannah and Hellfire, talking about believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Most of these surahs is talking about these issues. And then after the Hijrah, everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed after Hijrah, after the Prophet migrated to Medina, it became Madani. Even if the Prophet is traveling to Mecca, like in Hajj, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to him over there in Mecca, it is still called Madani. So Madani is anything that revealed to the Prophet ﷺ after the Hijrah. And most of these surah it contains most of the rulings that we have. There is not much rulings in the Quran. Most of the rulings in the Quran, it will not go more than 3% or 4% of the Quran. Most of the Quran is talking about akhlaq or about aqidah or about the stories of the past people. About rulings is about 3% or 4% of the Quran only is about rulings. How to fast, how to pray, and so and so. So there is the scholars are not sure is Surah 18 is it Madani or Mecki. It was revealed in that time that they are not sure about it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started with a qasam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swear by what teen was zaytun. A teen was zaytun. There is the mainstream of the scholars said is the teen is the fruit that we eat, and zaytun is another. Is it a fruit? It's not a fruit.
It's a fruit.
Yes.
It's a fruit.
Yeah.
Is it a fruit?
Yeah.
It has seeds.
Oh.
Fruit.
Yeah.
Even tomatoes.
Okay.
It's like,
Okay. Yeah. So the teen is the fig tree, the fig fruit. If you know about the fig, it's the figs is there is a famous said about it that it's the most of our fruits resemble the fruit of Jannah. It's the fig, it's the teen, because it's all been eaten. It does not have peels like orange and banana. It does not have seeds like date fruit or any or mangoes or something like that. So you eat it all. The whole thing you eat it. So it's resemble fruit of the fruit of Jannah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swearing by the teen, and at that time you can eat it fresh on time, and they dry it for the later on of the year. So the teen and the date fruit and the raisins, the grapes, these are the fruits that well known in Arabia in the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it's known the whole year, because if on time it will be fresh, later on they will dry some of it, so it is available as a dried way most of the year. And then the zaytun is the olives. The olives is very famous. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it many times in the Quran, not once, not twice, many times it was mentioned in the Quran. It was very useful because They eat it and they use the oil. They make oil from it. That oil use many kind of ways they use it. And most of the time it grow by itself. You don't have to take care of these trees. It grow by itself. Most of the places it grow by itself. All what you need is at the end of the year you go and pick these olives from the tree and you use it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is swearing by these two because by themselves it is marvelous how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala create these two kinds of fruits that the people are admiring it, and it's being used for generations and generations. And even the fig tree does not need a lot of attending. It grow by itself. When it's grow, that's it. You go every year and pick some of these fruits and use it. So والتين والزيتون وطور سينين. وطور سينين is a place where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Prophet Musa alayhi salam. The Tur, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that mountain is the mountain that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it many times, where Moses alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Musa alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to him, give him the Torah, and when he was in high level and his people, the Bani Israel was down and he was talking to them, and from high, it's the place right now is in Jordan, and the people still go and visit that mountain until today. That happens after they cross the sea, after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroy the Pharaoh and his soldiers. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is swearing by these things that the people know. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts the surah with the things that we know, and then to lead them to something that we don't know, that He will reveal to us. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين. I'm sorry, before we jump to the thing that we don't know, وهذا البلد الأمين, and this safe land, which is the Bayt al-Haram. Which is the Bayt al-Haram. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swear by the safe land or the safe house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By itself, it's mentioned here and it's mentioned again in لِإِلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ, in the Surah Quraysh, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make that place safe. And just by that, if you can imagine the life in that time and how safety was very scarce in the land in that time. Safety is not something that you can find it much. Most of the people have to protect themselves in that time because they are nomads, they are tribes, travelers. Most of the time they took their animals, they go and try to find, whenever there is rain, there will be grass. So they go to that land and feed it to their animals, and then whenever there is a rain, they will travel again and consume all the grass that will grow on. So there is no land for this tribe or this tribe. Most of the tribes keep moving all the time. And whenever they have the chance that this tribe will see this tribe, they will be in the same place, most of the time there will be clashes between them. And if there is no much grass and the people get poorer, or they have the difficulty to feed themselves, they will raid the other tribe and steal as much as they can steal from them to survive. So those people keep in constant fighting. And we are talking about a land like bigger than Texas and bigger than Washington, I think. So this land is mostly desert, but is full of a lot of tribes keep moving and keep fighting. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the Mecca is in the middle, it's full of richness. If you compare it to those people, it's full of richness. And it's very easy to any other tribe to go and raid it and steal whatever they want. But still, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect that land. Nobody, no one of those tribes dare to go and have a raid and steal anything from Mecca. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it safe. And that make it safe because they know, they fear the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even before the story of the elephant, they know that this is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It was built by Ibrahim alayhi salam, and they respect that. Even if they don't believe in Allah, they still afraid from the owner of that house. And they are merchants, so anybody goes and here and there, they will sell to them, they will buy from them. So it was a safe place in the middle of no safety. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He makes sure that وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ. So the people in Mecca, they traveled to Sham, they traveled to the north, and they saw where that Tur, the mountain of the Tur, many of them, they saw that mountain in Jordan, where Moses alayhi salam. And they know about the fig tree, they know about the olive tree, they know how much richness that they gain from these fruits. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is swearing by these things that they know. So the tin, the figs, and then the olive, and then the Tur Sinin, the mountain, and then your holy place that you are living in, and you know how safe it is. هذا بلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان. Now is the thing that they don't know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala لقد خلقنا الإنسان في الزيتون وطور السنين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. We created the human as in a perfect shape. Then they know themselves, each one of us, we know ourselves. We know how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created us, make us different from any other creation that He created on earth that we can see or we hear about. If we always admire some of the animals. This animal is very beautiful. This animal is very powerful. This animal is very big. This animal is very small. This animal is cute. Isn't that what the words that we use for the animals that we know? You will see an animal, oh, this is very cute. Small, tiny, have fur on it also. So it's very nice and cute. And you look at the elephants, oh, how big and how strong it is. When you see the whale in the sea and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the biggest animal on earth living underwater. So, and they still breathe air like us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make a lot of marvelous animals that we admire all the time. The people admiring lions for thousands of years. They are admiring the lions. How strong it is and this and that. But still, when you think about it, there is no creation on earth is more perfect than us, than the humans. The humans is more beautiful than any other animal. They are smarter than any other animal. We are not physically more powerful than the other animals, but because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, make us smart, we beat any other animal. The most dangerous animal walking on earth is a human. Is the human. Is the most dangerous animal if we consider ourselves, in the part of animals. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the mind. And this, until today, with all the technology that they have, the people they have, all the technology, all the knowledge, they think about what is the mind, what is the difference between the human, a person, and any other animals. It's not about the brain or how big the brain, as they say something, because there is some of the animals, their brain is very close to the human brain in weight and is a complication, and they can do a lot of very difficult tasks. But still, they don't think by themselves. They don't have a memory, and they cannot speak about themselves. What is amazing about us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us able to speak about us. We remember things back in the years, and we can talk about it or can explain it. So there is many marvelous things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in us. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us in the best shape. Then ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us perfect, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala afterwards we will go down and down and down. So no human will stay perfect. Nobody of us will stay perfect. By the time, there is two opinions. One is saying that there is the scholars explaining, interpreting this ayah. There is two kinds that the human will go down. One is by age. The person will be young, powerful, smart, very thing, all these things. Then by the age, he will start to lose this after this, until the body decays and die and finish. So this is one opinion. The other opinion is saying no. Asfala safilin is down of the down of the down. That's what it means, literally. He will go asfal. Asfal is under. Safilin is all the downs. He will be under all downs. That will be, and that some of the scholars said that for the people whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them in hellfire. So the other scholars said it's not about age, it's about hellfire. Because as we talked yesterday, most of the people, 99% of a human, they will go to hellfire. And over there it will be the punishment, nothing else. So they will be asfal safilin. They will be under all the downs of the earth. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Then exception. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. But the believers. So all the humans will go to the hellfire and they will be under all downs except the believers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will save them and put them in heaven. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. But the believers وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and they do good deeds. The believers who does a good deeds. Most of the time in the Quran you will find belief and doing good deeds. Is the belief by itself, it will save you from the hellfire, but it's still not enough. We have to do for good deeds for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونٍ. They will have a reward. They will be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. غَيْرُ مَمْنُونٍ, that means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not give them a hard time. You know, if you go, like example, if you go to somebody who is rich and you ask him for money, as example, you ask somebody who is rich for money, if that person, sometimes he will give you money, but he will simply ask you, what are you giving me in return? I will give you the money, but what I'm going to have? Or you insist, I have nothing to give you, I just want money from you. You will not expect that you go to that rich person and he will give it to you without, just like that. You will have a tough time getting this money from the rich person. Or you are seeking power, you are in your job, you are seeking very high position. You have to have a hard time to reach that position. You are unable just to go to the manager, CEO of the company and said, I want to be in your place. I want to be the CEO and you need to give me your chair. No one will give you like chair like that. So that is different with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The believers who does good deeds, they will be rewarded, and that reward will be free from the hardship. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them and give them and give them and give them and give them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell them in heaven, ask me whatever you wish, whatever you want, ask me. And Allah, whatever they ask, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remind them Oh, you forget to ask for this one. Do you want this thing? Oh Allah, yes we want it. We forget about it. And then he will say, oh, what about I give you more? Oh Allah, we ask for everything that we know. Is there something more? Oh yes, there is something more. Take this thing. Take this thing. Allah subhanahu keep giving to the people in heaven until the point that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala show him himself, and that will be the best thing that they will see ever in Jannah. So that is the meaning what غير ممنون, that you will have the reward from Allah subhanahu without any hardship. You don't have to ask for it, you don't have to beg for it, you don't have to lower your face and be humble. Allah subhanahu give you and give you and give you and give you all the time. So that is the meaning of if you have any question about Surah Al-Teen. Inshallah. So if there is a point that you don't understand, it's okay. I try to, not to go very much details with the language. So that is the close meaning of what does it mean, inshallah.
The mountain. I was thinking the Prophet Musa alayhi salam, he was from Egypt, right?
He is from yes. He born in Egypt, yes.
So the mountain is Egypt or in Jordan?
It's in Jordan.
The mountain?
Yes.
When I went to Egypt, a lot of people was going a mountain. They was saying this is the mountain, So
no, it is in Jordan. That mountain is after they crossed the sea. So they crossed the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the other side of the. They were in Asia, Egypt and Africa. So they crossed the Red Sea. Yeah.
هذا البلد الأمين, we said there are two contexts, right? So the first meaning is the age going down, right?
وهذا البلد الأمين means this your safe place. Yeah. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. We created the human as the perfect shape. ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين. This is where the scholars been divided. So the answer that the less flexible interpretation is that going down by the age, but that will not. That will be for everybody. For believers and non-believers, they will have the age. So the answer that the other option is more applicable, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, but he make an exception. The human will go down and down and down, except the believers. So the believers will decay and die as non-believers. So the other opinion is more stronger. Yeah.
Qiyamah, the Ethiopian guy was destroying the Mecca or something like that.
I don't know.
And then Isa alayhi salam was rebuilt.
I don't know. I don't know about destroying the Kaaba. I don't know about it. Yeah.
I heard the hadith, yeah. Like the previous, the Abraham was trying, and after when the Yom Al-Qiyamah reached, again from that track, from Abyssinia, there is a guy who destroyed. That's what there is.
Maybe subhanAllah.
Yeah.
It's just that I didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not claiming that I hear everything. Yeah, I know everything. So there is many hadith. Yes.
I forgot exactly which surah, but it's تعرف الآية من جانب الطور الأيمن.
Yes. جانب الطور الأيمن. Yes, جانب الطور الأيمن. Because the mountain have sides, so the Ayman is the right side. Is the right side of that mountain.
The same mountain or?
Yes. All the Tur, when you find the word Tur, that's the name of that mountain. It's been repeated many places. Whenever there is a story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned Tur. Tur is the name of that mountain.
How about that surah? Is it the same thing? Like Tur, Surah Tur?
No, there is no surah Tur. What Tur your kitab al
No.
Yeah.
Is it Surah Tur? The name of the surah?
Boy, Allah swear.
Yeah, there is an ayah, but what's the name of the surah?
Yeah,
The door, yeah.
the one before Surah Al-Najm?
Surah Najm.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are correct, yes. Yeah, so it is talking about that mountain. Yeah, Allah Akbar.
Sure, this surah thing, do you know if it was revealed in Medina also, like during Hijrah, that is also ambiguous?
We are not sure. Some scholars said it's Madaniya, some of scholars said it's Mecki. And sometimes you find the same surah is part here, part there. Like Surah Al-Nisa as example, some parts of it is in Mecki and some parts of it Madani. And Surah Al-Ma'idah by sure. Surah Al-Ma'idah, most of the Surah Al-Ma'idah is Madani, but there is a part of it is Mecki. So there is sometimes you find that what happened with Jibreel alayhi salam, when he came to the Prophet alayhi salam, he sometimes narrate for him like 5 ayat. And he will tell him, put this 5 ayat between this ayah and this ayah. So insert here 5 ayat, insert here 10 ayat. Like Baqarah did not reveal as we read it today, 2 juz and a half in one place and one time. It was revealed during many years, Surah Al-Baqarah. But Jibreel alayhi salam, he tells the Prophet alayhi salam where exactly these ayat will go on. So that's why the shape, there is how the surah, you find the Al-Fatiha, Baqarah, Al-Imran, Nisa, Ma'idah. It's not by how long it is or how short it is. Yes, most of the surah in the beginning is longer than the surah in the end of the Quran, most of it. But sometimes you find like a surah comes that is shorter than the one comes after. Yeah, and sometimes the same surah will be half of it in Mecca and the other half in Medina. Yes.
When the surah revealed, was there somebody write it?
Yes. Every ayah that comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet ﷺ will send for a scribe and he will write it down. But any ayah that comes,
Even
so
the-
when they collect the Quran, they put a condition that it will be written and at the same time they memorize it. So there is one person who will write it down, the ayah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed. So it will be written down, but at the same time, the main source is memorization. They memorize it from the Prophet ﷺ. Whenever ayah comes, that he will tell it to some of the Sahaba, and then they will memorize it one after the other. But somebody will write it down. All the ayat that revealed, it was written, but it's not in a book. Some of these ayat was written on a piece of bone. Like camel shoulder or something like that, where there is a space. Some of them written on leather skin, animal skin. Yeah, they don't have paper at that time.
The arrangement, I think it's happened at the time of Osman, yeah? The arrangement.
And they collect everything in one book in the time of Hazrat Abu Bakr.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in time of Hazrat Abu Bakr, they collected in one book, one copy only. They were able only to make one copy. That in the time of Hazrat Abu Bakr. Then that transferred to Hazrat Umar. It was in his house. And then when he died, it was in the house of his daughter, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, Hafsa. It was in her house. What Uthman did is copy. The people were having a copy of part of it, but not all of it in one piece. So Hazrat Uthman, he sent it to each city, each country that belonged to the Muslims. He sent them one copy of that. And that cost a lot. That's why they have, for two Khalifa, they only have one copy. It's a huge in size and it's very, very expensive.